Jesse and Mel, welcome to our block watch party.
Thanks for having us. We're excited.
So good to have you.
So excited to have you here.
Now, we will get into this, but headline, people might not know, we actually tried to get Jesse involved as part of our real estate team with Marty Fox on our season, but then we found out he was a judge, which we'll get into later, but we know each other, don't we, Jess?
We do know each other. Because I didn't know that Marty was going to be a judge. So we obviously came to meet you guys to be your real estate agent. And then we left, called Marty, hey, I reckon we've got an opportunity to sell Eliza and Liberty's house on the block. They're like the best contestants, super cool chicks. Don't think they know how to renovate, but they'll be great on TV.
Sure shit not.
And he's like, look, I think I'm going to be a judge. Like, there might be a conflict. And
Dream squashed.
there was a conflict, yeah.
So you guys were 2019 contestants Oslo, which is arguably the hardest one. That's what people say.
It was brutal.
How was your experience?
I look back now and love it, but at the time you were just like dying. It was non-stop. They're like, within week one we had 2 rooms. Like, we had a bedroom and a bathroom.
In week one?
In week one.
Like,
That's a
it
cooker.
was-
Oh, no.
And the bedroom had to be done in 4 days.
Nah, that's a
No
cooker.
way.
Yeah.
That's
an
actual
absolute-
torture.
So you were thrown
Torture.
into it. It was like, here we go. This is what you're in for.
Whoa.
So you had Mitch and Mark on your season,
Yep.
Tess and Lou?
Yep.
Yep.
who ended up winning.
Yep.
Andy and Deb.
Deb.
Yes.
And then who was the other one?
Elisa, Matt.
That was a
Oh.
good season,
It was a
wasn't
great season.
Oh.
And we're all still friends.
We're like the best of mates.
Yeah.
Like,
All
we
of
see each
you.
other once
All of
a year.
us.
Even Mitch and Mark, because remember you had that little issue because they thought you sort of copied
Look, none of us speak to Mitch and Mark anymore, but there's no hate.
Yeah,
we just
gotcha.
went our separate ways with them,
Yeah.
but the rest of us, still the best of mates. We have our
That's
group
so
chat. We always
nice.
chat with each other. We had a lease day at our house like a couple of weeks ago.
Oh,
The
that's
best. Yeah.
so
That is
nice.
so
That is truly the
sweet.
best thing to come
Yeah.
out of the block, isn't it? Just
Oh.
the friendships
by
you make.
far.
That's what we
Amazing.
say. Yeah.
And you've literally just had a second baby.
Yeah, what, she's 16
Fresh
days
out.
old.
Fresh out the womb.
Oh
Thank
my
you
God,
so
not
much for
even
being
3
here and
weeks old.
prioritising this over your child. No, I'm kidding.
She wanted to go out. She's like me. They're ready to party.
And how much money did you guys win?
380?
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So, hey, we were very happy. That's helped us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
is
it was awesome.
nice, isn't
You
it?
don't get that every day.
No.
No.
God.
I reckon we would have just been happy with,
Like
I mean, you'd be
100.
happy with
I
anything
said
but
100. I'm like,
Yeah.
we get
100.
100, but then by the end of it, I was like, no, we need more than this. This is torture.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
you can't be greedy.
Yeah,
Would you do it again?
I'd definitely do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if right now because with the 2 young
Kids.
girls,
Yeah.
but I would definitely do it again.
Yeah, we're the same.
Yeah.
Well, I am. You're a bit hesitant.
I really enjoyed it. I found that the block is hard, but there's something really like peaceful about knowing what you're doing every day.
I agree.
You're not worrying about what's happening this weekend, what
Yeah,
birthday,
true.
anniversary, do I
Yeah.
have to fly to a wedding. None of that's just like
Yes.
every day for 14 weeks, I'm building a house. You
That's
don't have to
actually
worry about
so
outside.
Yeah, it's a
True.
block bubble.
One focus.
And
You just
people-
got one focus.
Yeah, I found it
People
really
look
relaxing.
after you.
Yeah.
You've got like all
Yeah.
these people that are there, and you're like, yeah.
You feel like part of a real family, don't you?
Yeah.
It's insane.
Massive.
Now let's talk about quickly how you got involved.
There's a massive story. So
Yeah.
I wanted to be on the block like my whole life. When I moved to Melbourne to be a real estate agent, my goal was I'm going to get on the block. And I told someone that and they're like, impossible. So I come up with a plan to get on the block, which was to meet the producers. How do you do that? I sell houses, right? I'll sell them a block. So I listed a property for $15 million, started emailing Julian Cress going, hey, I've got a property for you. No reply for 4 weeks. Started going to networking events around Melbourne saying,
Smart.
do you know Julian Cress? I want to meet him. Do you know Julian Cress? I want to meet
Who
him.
is like the
'Cause
top
he
dog at
buys
the
them.
block.
So anyway, try to sell it to him. He goes, look, it's so overpriced. And I said, yeah, I know, but you're the worst developer in Melbourne. I was like, you make all your money in advertising, not selling the houses. And he laughed. And he said, you know, you've got a bit of personality. How would you like to be a contestant? How would you like to be a real estate agent on the show?
Oh, okay.
And I said, oh, you know, I don't know if you can do that, you know. Like, are you in a position to do that? Just like
Complaining.
jabbed at his
Yeah.
ego. And he's like, don't you know who I am? And then next minute, I'm selling Courtney and Hans' house.
Amazing.
Okay, and then from there it was sort of like into contestant.
Well,
Ville.
and then he brought me to the auction. He's like, have a few drinks. And he was introducing me to all these people. And I had no idea. And then afterwards,
Bit of an audition.
yeah, kind of. He's like, feel the personality. And I had no idea. So I can be a bit.
But
Mel's
you were
just
happy to
being
do
Mel.
it?
Yeah.
You wanted to do it as well?
Well, I didn't want to do it at the start. I was like, hell no, I've got no experience. I
yet.
can't do this. I'm like, but then I was like, oh, he really wants to do it. And I trust him. I'm like, you'll just have to help me. And then, yeah, I was like, it's the best thing we did.
Amazing. And then you also represented 2 other people after your season, Tanya and Vito, and who was the other couple?
Sarah and George.
Sarah
Oh,
and George.
that's right.
Yeah, so 2020 I represented Sarah and George in Brighton on New Street, which was like a lot of fun. It was also during COVID, so it was just like
yeah.
it was a difficult season for them. They had to leave and then come
Yeah,
back.
that's it.
And I was representing them as their agent, and then they did like an All-Stars week with the previous year's contestants.
we all came back.
So we all came back, and it was like we've been in lockdown. Next minute we get to like hang out with like all of our friends. It was the best. We were there for like 3 days.
So good.
How much, can I ask, are contestants' personalities, when you take on a block contestant, how much does that play into it? Because obviously Tanya and Vito were a bit controversial. I don't know if you knew that at the time because they were just filming when you come on board. Does that play a part at all?
Not really. I'd say no.
Yeah.
Because,
Okay.
like, I guess what you see on the show, like, you know, they film for 16 hours a day and you see 1 hour of it.
Yeah.
And you're seeing the highlights.
Yeah.
You're seeing people at their absolute worst and absolute best.
true.
You're not seeing them when they're just level,
Yeah.
like just probably normal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like Tanya and Vito, like, the salt of the earth, the most beautiful people in the world, great mums and dads.
Yeah.
And I love their style. Like, they were, like, took risk. They got the mid-century modern house. They were the perfect couple for it with, like, Tanya and her coloured hair.
Yeah.
And Vito, I think Vito like struggled a little bit, like everyone does at the start, finding your feet, like just with dealing with like the pressure, particularly like if you've been in construction before, like he is.
Oh, God.
Just dealing with the reality of like
it's
there's
different kettle
15
of fish.
trades
The
on top of
timelines,
each
yeah.
other, timelines. But yeah, they were awesome. They built like such a cool house. It's so memorable.
So it's more about you come in, meet the couple. If you like the couple then and the house, the time, you sort of push forward.
Yeah, you push forward, definitely.
How valuable was it having like a real estate person on your team when you're doing it yourselves, do you reckon? Is it an advantage? Surely.
I think some yes and some no. I don't know. He had a vision,
Yeah.
but there were some things I look back now, I'm like, I wouldn't have done it like that.
Yeah,
But he was just stuck in it because he's like, this is what's selling
This is
at
what
the
sells,
time.
yeah,
But I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know if that actually was what's selling. I was like, we should have done it like this and that. But I had a lot of confidence in him.
Yeah.
And he knew a lot of people. So yeah,
Yeah, connections.
I didn't have to think about anything. It's like, we're doing this. I'm like, okay, I'll just get some furniture
Oh my
done.
God, you knew the real estate side and the trade
Yeah,
side.
and design side.
That's
He's like an all-rounder, mate.
amazing.
All on the first
All right, let's
segment.
watch. Yeah. let's have a
We're
watch.
doing another bathroom this
Yeah.
week. Yeah. So
And we won 2 bathrooms on our season,
So-
so we know what we're talking about when it comes to bathrooms.
We did not win one bathroom and on the tile up, and we didn't finish one.
oh, I love that.
So do
tiling.
I.
See, I don't know.
I
It
love
probably
that
look better
stone.
finished. I love that
They
stone.
use that all across
Yeah.
their
Oh, I
house.
love
Yeah.
those tiles.
The boys are struggling.
Yeah.
But they got a great attitude.
Yeah.
How's the previous challenge though? And like one half didn't even turn up. I was like, what? You
know.
can't do that.
He didn't go to one challenge. I'm like, who do you think you are?
Yeah, that's terrible.
We didn't have that choice not to go.
No, we didn't have a choice.
I'm busy.
Scotty would have grabbed him by the neck. Come
Oh,
on.
yeah, yeah.
Everyone down.
This is the thing, we would do really late nights and then an hour later you'd be woken up for a challenge and you're like, oh, I wish I didn't go to bed so late.
I would sleep in different rooms. They couldn't find us, and we would sneak out a different way, so that they couldn't mic us up for like an hour or two. They
Oh, they
hated
would've
us.
loved you, yeah.
No one asked them about their lives,
That's
so who
the key.
cares?
Correct.
Yep.
He's a tradie with like 20 years experience building houses.
Everyone does it.
It's a block classic.
Yeah.
I'd sack that agent.
What?
It didn't give him good advice.
I'm confused. Didn't you just tell them? Didn't the girls just tell them the truth?
Yeah.
Memory of a goldfish.
Weird.
Weird.
I don't
Everyone's got
remember.
amnesia.
Yeah, they're all lying. They're all as bad as each other.
I'm trying to think what we do in this situation.
It's like, it's going to come out. This is why I love the block. They just show you.
I know what we do.
It's all the evidence.
First of all, let's say you were a tiler.
Yeah.
Going into your season though, you were a real estate agent more than a tiler.
Yes, I was.
But you withheld the tiler?
I withheld the tiling, not from the contestants. I withheld it from Keith because I just wanted to stick it to him.
But we didn't tell the contestants straight up.
Okay.
But then after a couple of weeks, when you really get to know each other, they're like, look,
Okay.
here's a Tyler, but we don't want to tell Keith.
So if people had asked you, like, would you have been straight up with that information that you are?
Dave,
yeah,
what?
straight up.
The first couple of weeks, you're getting to know each other.
Yes.
You're told to play a game.
So that's-
you play in a game.
I understand why they haven't told people. You don't have to be straight up with people. If people aren't going to want to get to know
Yep.
you, which it appears
Don't be
they're
warming.
not.
That's right.
Look, that's just what we're seeing. We don't know
Yeah.
what's going on the other 23 hours in the day. But I certainly wouldn't be putting forth that information if people aren't asking me about my background.
You don't want to be hated more.
And the girls actually haven't lied. When they're saying they're lying, they haven't lied.
No.
They just haven't been straightforward with the information because no one's asked.
But
But also,
Mimi asked.
Mimi
And they
asked,
told
and
her.
they told her
I'm
straight
confused
away.
by that.
And now she's playing them against the rest of them because she doesn't want to be hated by her friends. It's
So
like,
I feel as though Mimi has gone to her friend because Mimi doesn't want to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
She's stitched her friend up and say, I've heard a rumour. When she knows that they are, she's gone to the other girl to do some investigation. And then the green-haired bloody has popped the... Kylie has like broken this news and Mimi knows the news.
Yeah.
and now
So
they're
Mimi's
saying,
like
let's
done it to not be the
ignore
bad
them.
guy.
Like, that's awful.
that's so childish. Like,
Okay.
no need.
I think also other contestants are forgetting that the girls are just coming in halfway. I think maybe if everyone had started together,
completely
they
different
would have
story.
friendships
Yep.
and they would be more forthcoming.
Yep.
So they're coming in on the back foot.
Yeah.
They're guarded. Everyone's friends and they already feel excluded.
Like our season, secrets would come out about people, but because we'd all start at the same time and we all got really close instantly, we would have to tell each other things and I'm like, we don't care.
Yeah.
Like we would back you up 100%.
Yeah.
Like we just realised back each other.
Having said that, can I just come from a different perspective? They're halfway through. I can only speak from my, experience. I started going a bit loopy halfway through. You're starting to lose the plot and you're starting to read into things too much and you're like, who's setting me up? Who can I trust? So maybe they're a bit, suspicious. You're starting to be a little bit suspicious of everyone and so they think that
happens.
maybe the girls are deliberately against them a bit or I don't know.
Yeah,
So-
I remember people would go nuts on our season. They're like, everything's a stitch up, and we're like, it's not. It's just, Some people got real
The old
paranoid. Yeah,
conspiracy
that is a
theory.
real
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
So
People got real nuts.
I think it's just a lot of confusion. Like if they all sit down and have an honest conversation,
And
the
get to
girls
know
can
each
say,
other.
"Well, we don't feel included, so why would we tell you? If you came to us, we'd tell you." And the others are like, "Well, why would we, include you if you're lying to us?" I think there's a lot of miscommunication.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, they need to just have a chat. They need to have a beer and have a chat and get it all out on the table.
And do you know what? It wouldn't have gotten to this point, I feel like, because I feel like we would have actually gone and gotten to know
I would
them
have felt bad.
That's right.
and chatted to them so much that they probably would have told us what
Like,
they did.
how can they tell them something no one's asked the question?
Correct.
As soon as Mimi asked them, we work full time and we've flipped some houses on the side. Oh, well done. Like, if you're not going to the effort to sit down with this person and get to know them, how can you be upset if they're not telling you about their life?
I think we also need to remember we're dealing with 22 and 25-year-olds. So they are in this big juggernaut of a machine. They're coming in new. They're intimidated.
And they got messed up straight away.
Yeah.
No plasters, 3 days. Now they've got no builder.
Like,
Like,
they had to get
they've
a new
got a
builder,
lot.
yeah.
They've got other stuff to worry about.
All right,
easy
well,
to judge.
let's get into
Yeah,
the
it is
actual
so easy.
Room
rooms.
reveal.
So we
Okay.
can...
So let's go with the girls. House 1. I love
How
them.
stuffed is
Stop that.
How divine is it?
Wow.
The girls are my favourite contestant. I love their attitude.
Yeah,
good
they've got a
attitude.
good attitude.
Love consistency. You got to.
Instagrammable.
Yes.
That's all he really cares about.
Yeah, Instagram.
It's
It's a calming room.
Yeah.
You'd love
Isn't
to.
it?
It's like a
You
day
relax
spa.
small. It's nice being light.
Yeah. You live in a home. No one looks at the toilet and goes, "Oh my god."
All right, so Maddie and Charlotte's bathroom. What do we think?
I love it. It's light and bright. Like it's small, but it feels big. And like I said, it feels calming.
Calming.
And the challenge that they've had, so the rest of their house is modern colonial from when Jesse and Paige were in it. So they've had to come in and put their own spin on it, but sort of try and tie it in as well because they can't change.
Yeah.
They don't have budget to change everything in the
and
last
they've done
rooms.
very well to tie
I think
it.
they've done a
really
beautiful
well.
job.
Budget? What was that budget?
19,000. We
Yeah.
spent like 30 grand on our
35
bathrooms.
or something.
I think he nearly blew our Reese budget the first week on our bathroom. Like, mate.
that takes some serious
Doesn't it?
expertise.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a surprise.
Yeah, we've got a little
we all get to rate the rooms now. Like
Yeah,
Oh!
we're doing our own
Oh my
scoring.
god! Stop it.
I know. So you can be.
Oh, this is
like
hard.
I've always
boss-
wanted to do
like
this.
Your boss
Yeah.
Marty.
Love.
Oh. Oh.
This is so cool.
All right, I'm giving Maddie and Charlotte for their bathroom this week a 9.5. I just thought it was lovely, calming. Even though it was a small space, it was really light and bright. And yeah, I just think they've done such a wonderful job for their first proper room, which everything is theirs.
I'm giving Maddie and Charlotte a 9.75. I think it is very sophisticated. The only reason I'm giving a little bit off is because you normally want the toilet behind the door. I don't know how they would have done it. Maybe they can't. But that's all I'm saying. Not quite perfection, but very, very close.
Gosh, I feel harsh. I'm giving them an 8.5, and my reason is I didn't see any lighting above the mirror. I don't like the vertical towel rails and the toilet.
Oh, vertical
so
towel
look,
rails.
yeah, I have to. If we're judging like consistently,
Yeah.
sorry,
That's
girls,
fair.
flaws.
That's fair.
I'm the harshest judge. I'm going to score Maddie and Charlotte an 8 out of 10. Even though I love the girls, I wasn't impressed with the tiling. I thought some of the grout joins were pretty large from what I saw on the TV.
How in God's name did you see that?
I got millimetre detail.
He does.
Laser focus.
That is Harsho McHarsho.
That is very harsh on the guy.
All right, on to house 2.
Ooh, they've reached
wow.
the
Good
floor plan.
idea.
Smart.
I love what they do.
So Courtney is a furniture
Yeah,
designer.
they said she was the designer at the start.
She's so good.
Yeah.
very, very
About
good.
her advantage.
Oh, so they've got a penguin now, okay.
27. They spent 10 grand more. Nearly.
I quite like it.
I quite like it, but is it a bit
I
busy?
don't like the stripes. Too busy.
It's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah.
No, I quite like it.
I don't like the stripes.
I quite like it.
I love it.
Yeah.
It doesn't go with the stone.
Wow, look how they used to use the
that's-
stone along there.
Yeah.
That's so
that's what I
cool.
love that.
Oh, that's never good.
I don't know how big the other room is, but it's
Yeah.
an office.
No, it's a lounge room.
But a second lounge.
Yeah, that's it. How many lounge rooms do you need?
Courtney and Grumpy, I'm mixed. I love the orange stripe in isolation and I love the stone in isolation.
Yep.
But I feel like with the I feel like it's a bit too
It doesn't
busy.
work together.
I like
it's
it.
way too busy for my
it.
brain.
I like
yeah.
it. So, are you going against your boss, Marty Fox?
Yeah.
And saying that you like that?
Yeah, I'm going against him. I love it. I love the Calcutta Viola. I love the restraint. Like, they didn't fully tile it floor to ceiling.
Yeah.
They did a nice little skirting tile with the trim. They concealed the toilet. Look, if it affects the size of the living room, it's really... Is it really going to be a living room? It's just like, it's going to be nice with a
Like
lounge.
a rumpus.
Upstairs.
Like a
Yeah.
rumpus, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how often is that rumpus going to be used? If you're there on holidays,
for
you're congregating
kids.
with all your friends and family, and if the kids are in there, it doesn't need to be a
They'll
big
be watching
space.
video games.
What do you think of Marty Fox, your boss,
Yeah.
as a judge?
I honestly think he's the best judge to ever be on the block.
He's
there's
good.
there's no bigger personality, there's no one more memorable, and there's no one with more experience than him. Like, he's bought and sold 15, I think he's got 2 on the market now, so he's done 17 houses. He's done extremely
He knows
well.
his shit.
He knows what he's talking about, 100%.
We, as contestants, disliked him quite immensely because it was just so harsh. But literally looking back now, everything that he said, we now look back and go, he was right.
Yeah.
Because if you watch our season, he said in our first week or second week, I would rather see an empty room than what you've produced
And then
here.
she cried and called mummy.
I was so devastated because, like you, I didn't have any experience. So
Yeah.
then hearing that in your second week and being told that's your redo room, I was like, wow,
We felt like he didn't take into consideration, like, whereas Darren, we felt looked at rooms and could see what you were trying to achieve. I feel like Marty wouldn't look at that. He would just be like, I don't like what I'm seeing in front of me. And we were like, please just think about what we've been through.
Yeah.
But that's how you have to be. It's
Yeah.
fair. It's not
Yeah.
like, it's not what you're trying to do, because 4 other teams have also tried to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they've done it
Yeah.
and you haven't,
Yeah.
we're going to get smacked.
So
And
true.
interestingly, I agree with like 90% of his commentary
Yeah.
this year,
So
watching
I'm
it
gonna
as
say
a
this
Yeah.
down the
viewer.
barrel. Marty, my God, I thought you were a dog of a judge when we were contestants. But I hate to admit I'm loving you as a judge.
Same, and we also really like you as a person, which is
It's
annoying.
annoying me.
We wanted to
deeply.
hate you.
Oh.
We wanted to dislike
I was
you.
like that with Shayna because we got roasted for like 5-6 weeks consistently, but he was just like, we're here to sell a house.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
They're so
And I was like, I
nice.
can't stand them. And then you look back and you're like, they
Oh,
were
they're
right.
right,
though.
and they're
They're
nice.
actually giving you advice, but you're not taking it when you haven't slept all weekend.
Yeah, it's so true.
And
You're,
also,
you're personally
can
attacking me.
we please acknowledge how so excellent it is how Shayna and Marty
Oh, they're like
Before-
brother
before
and
the whole
sister.
time. I
They
love it.
never
It's
agree.
excellent.
I'm all for it.
I really
Yeah,
love it.
the first
Right.
week I noticed it.
All right, let's
Let's
score.
score Courtney
Yeah.
and Grant.
All right, I'm giving Courtney and Grumpy an 8 this week. I thought it was a beautiful job, but I just felt like it was a little bit too busy for me. But that's just, again, my style, and what do I know? So, 8.
I'm giving Courtney and Grumpy a 9. I just thought it was quite lovely, but I think the girls are better this week.
I'm giving them an 8. Size-wise, amazing. Yeah, too busy, but they're very consistent. And yeah, I just love their house in general. So, 8.
I'm giving them 9. I think it was absolutely stunning. I love the Calcutta Viola. I love the orange and white striped tiles. And the thing with real estate is you want to be memorable. No one will forget that bathroom.
Very good, fair.
Crack into the boys. I quite like it.
Yeah, I don't.
It's too much.
But the
door's toilet is right by the-
Yeah, I hate it. They give
literally
mixed
criticised.
reviews. Yeah, I hate that.
But you just faulted the exact same thing.
But
Marty,
maybe it's
on
a
the
different
door.
shape.
Maybe you can't do anything else
Yeah.
in that room.
Good corking.
It looked horrible.
All right, so we've got Ricky and Hayden. What do we think of their bathroom?
I'm just going to be brutally honest. the least favourite so far.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I'm sorry, boys.
It's hard because it's a small space, so there's only so much you can do in there. I didn't just love the different yellows
No,
that they use.
too
I
many
didn't
different
love
colours.
that.
Look, I'm confused about why they're not getting in trouble for not having their toilet behind the door, but the
Ugh.
others did. But I was always told you can't compare judges' feedback for your room
Because
with
it's
another
different,
room.
it's different room size,
do.
layout,
Oh, no.
like
But
all
you
of
do.
that.
Oh, you do.
You do.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it.
It's inoffensive.
Inoffensive,
It's nice.
which is end goal stuff,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm not surprised you said that because that is something like you would do. It's a bit childish.
Yeah,
100%.
God, yeah.
No, that is a fair call.
People think they're going to offend us when they say stuff like that, but it is so accurate.
I remember watching you at the start of your season. That was some of the feedback. I'm like, yeah, like it's like fun and playful, but like it's not very
It's not
sophisticated.
sophisticated.
They're selling a $4 million home. They're not
100%.
looking for child and playful. They're looking for sophistication.
Yeah.
You learn and grow.
All right, should we
we
score?
score?
We should score.
Okay.
All right, I'm giving Ricky and Hayden a 7.5. I thought their bathroom was nice, inoffensive. I just didn't love the clashing yellow, and there was nothing for me super wow about it. But again, they've done a good job, and it's all about endgame. So go, boys.
I'm giving Ricky and Hayden an 8.5. It was inoffensive, and I think that's a massive compliment.
I'm giving the boys a 7. I just wasn't a huge fan, but yeah, look, it's not the worst, but yeah, sorry. No.
I'm giving him a 7.5 because it was the least amount of styling I'd seen in the room, and they absolutely nailed it. Wasn't a lot to do.
Yeah.
Kylie wants day spa vibes.
Yeah.
No black?
That doesn't sound like something she'd say. Jesse, I need you to
Yeah.
try. I love that basin.
Oh, I don't like
yeah.
it.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I don't
you
like
ruined that.
She's only putting the white in there because she doesn't want to do all black. Do the all black with the
She's
timber.
got crucified by judges for that.
But she doesn't care about getting crucified.
They're not buying the
Yeah,
house.
that's not buying the house.
And there's no storage in that.
Oh look, there was a tile like little. Oh,
Bit of
yeah,
silicone
not
missing.
Oh,
grounded.
no grounded.
Yeah, they should stick with black.
How good's
Stunning.
that? All
Stunning
black,
kitchen.
different
Stunning.
tones.
Stunning kitchen.
Stunning.
Stunning. Mel's
And is
dream
that grey?
kitchen,
Is
all
that
black.
painted grey, the VJ paneling?
That's stunning. I love that basin.
I don't
Yeah,
have to
that's
work in that
gorgeous.
room
No,
though.
I don't.
See, I need space on my vanity.
Yeah.
I love the basin in a powder room.
Yes,
Yeah.
a powder room.
Yeah.
Stunning, because you don't need anything in there.
Yeah.
But in a bathroom,
I
with your
just-
toilet rolls, hair, makeup, deodorant, like where's it go?
Kylie and Brad's bathroom. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't like it. But it's again, it's not my style. So that's just my opinion. I really love the Decton. I didn't like the timber, the wooden timber tile.
That
I didn't
timber.
even know
They've
that was a
ruined
thing.
that bathroom with that timber. I'm sorry. They
And I
should
think
just stick with
the
black.
basin's lovely, but I think,
like the
as
basin.
you said, Jesse, for a powder room, there's no storage underneath. Where do you put your toilet rolls and your bigger? That's fine if there's face level storage, but when there's taller stuff that you can't fit in a
Do you know how much stuff
shaving
you have
cabinet,
in a bathroom? Like
Yeah,
you
I
actually have a
know.
lot of things you need to
Oh,
put in
yeah.
the bathroom.
God,
People
yeah.
don't realise. But they're not. She's got no confidence. Like she listens and then doesn't. So none of her rooms are consistent. Like
Yeah,
if she
that's fair
did do
point.
all the blacks, I think her house would look incredible.
because the
I
kitchen
agree.
was stunning.
yeah, like
Yes.
insane.
Like-
All black.
Yes.
Back yourself, that's your style. Go with it all the way.
That's
Stunning.
Don't just like have your foot in.
yeah.
And don't worry about the judges.
Yeah.
Not liking
Don't
it.
worry about the judges.
Otherwise, that's why it does go bad because you're not being consistent. You've got no confidence. You're trying to make everyone happy.
Yeah.
Then it's just all shambles. It's a bit of
Yeah.
everything.
We'd be end goal. Our thing was end goal.
So that's what we would
Yeah.
say.
We were just
from
so
day
neutral.
one.
All of our walls and
Yeah.
stuff were neutral, and then we'd add pots of colour in, things that we
were
could
so
change.
Yeah, with
consistent throughout our
artwork
whole
and
group.
vases and
Furniture.
furniture.
That's where I think the boys are doing quite well. They may be like ups and downs a bit, but it's just
Easily
consistently
changeable.
inoffensive
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
interchangeable and
Yeah.
calm.
All right.
Okay, let's score.
I am giving Brad and Kylie a 7 this week. Oh, just again, not my style. I feel like I love elements of it. The Decton, I like the basin, I liked the sconces, and also the no grout, not grouting and not finishing. I get like things totally happen, but yeah, I just didn't love it.
Kylie and Brad, I'm giving a 7.5. I think they are wonderful for the show. It's something a bit different. I personally don't really understand it, as I've said previously. It's not my aesthetic, but I love that they're giving it a red hot crack. You need to finish your grouting.
I'm giving Kylie and Brad a 7. I love their black. I wish they kept it through the whole way, but that timber tiling, they've just ruined it. And the pink, it's not me.
I'm giving them a 7.5. They get a full point off for not finishing. So really, if they had finished, I would have given them an 8.5.
No, babe.
It's so much better than their first bathroom.
Yeah.
Because they didn't try to put the white in. But the timber tile, it was no
Not for
good.
me.
All
It's
right,
not.
last one.
See, I love their style.
Yeah, same.
So classy and elegant. Love the use of the timber, the porter timber.
Yeah, subtle.
Subtle, but so nice.
I quite love that.
Same.
Yeah.
I like
Love.
it.
Love.
Love it too.
All different greens and blues. That's great.
I like
That's
it.
like
They're all
through
subtle
their
shades.
bathrooms. Yeah.
That timber on the ceiling. Oh, we would never think to do
No.
here like that.
I hate that mirror.
I think we used it a couple of times.
They've been done so often
been
though.
done.
Oh, done to death.
I like it.
But it doesn't relate, but it's consistent with the other room.
Consistent.
So it does relate.
Every room has a bit of timber detailing.
Yeah, so it does.
I love those tiles.
I like their fixtures too.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I love it.
Consistency's key.
All right, Mimi and Christian's bathroom. Thoughts?
I like it. I like it's consistent. The colours are nice. Yeah, I'm really happy with it.
I like it. I mean, it's not my favourite bathroom of all time, but it's, again, mostly inoffensive.
Yeah.
It's lovely. I don't agree with the Darren's judging of the timber because it's consistent with the other bathrooms
It works
that
so
they've
well.
done.
It needs to be in there.
So I can't understand that, and I feel like it gives a bit of warmth to what is a quite a light, neutral bathroom.
Yeah, it does. It does actually.
I also like that we're now seeing some other contestants come forth.
Yes.
step up.
Oh my God, the first
Yeah.
it was just their
It's
show,
been
wasn't
a
it?
landslide until now.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice, and it'll make Mimi and Christian kind of check themselves a little bit.
Yeah, because she's definitely like just so calm and relaxed
Yeah.
and like I've got this.
So now she'll
All
freak
right.
out a bit.
Mimi and Christian, I'm giving an 8.5 this week. I thought it was lovely, beautiful. Disagreed with the timber comment. I thought it was great, but it just wasn't. There was nothing wow in it for me. So 8.5.
I'm giving Mimi and Christian an 8.75. I feel like it was good, but it wasn't the best thing I've ever seen. Attention to detail a little bit off, but I didn't mind it.
I'm giving Mimi and Christian a 9. I'm a plain person when it comes to bathrooms. They don't need to be all out there, but they're consistent. The colours are great. So yeah, I'm very happy with it.
Well, theirs has been my favourite bathroom with a 9.5.
Wow, that's huge.
If I go through the list of items I love in their bathroom, the timber ceiling,
Yep.
the tile choice, the olive green vanity,
Yep.
the light blue basin, the brass tapware, it's like literally tick, tick, tick. If I listed 10 items, it's like almost 10 out of 10. And I think they put it together really well.
Well, you liked the last one.
I do like the last one.
So you think that Mimi and Christian are going to win?
I don't think they're going to win because of the judges' feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell off the judges' feedback. Who did they love?
The
they
girls.
love the
The
boys.
girls. I think the
They love the
girls.
girls and the boys, so I reckon it'll be between them.
I'm vibing the girls.
I'm vibing the girls too.
Yes.
All right, let's see. Well, the boys got a 9.
Yeah, I know. It's between them.
Okay, who's got the gnome? Courtney and Grant.
Yeah.
He doesn't mince
He
his
just
words.
does not sugarcoat things,
Nah.
does he?
But it's not personal. When you realise that, it's hard
I
though.
know, but it
Not on the
feels-
show.
doesn't it feel
It's so
The
personal.
word hate's kind of personal.
It's
Yeah,
very
gorgeous.
strong.
Pretty personal.
Because that's a dagger.
The girls.
Half a
Yeah.
point.
Oh,
Girls by half a
yes.
Yeah, I knew it'd be out of those two.
Oh,
Go, Maddie
came
and
second?
Charlotte.
God,
They
I'm
deserve
gonna
it.
hate that.
Oh, he's not a happy person, is he?
Grumpy.
He's not
They
happy.
didn't even clap.
Oh, that's just
I hate
rude.
bad sportsmanship.
How? Why? You don't even know him.
Did they really not clap?
She's got 4 kids too.
I know.
Like, oh, they came last.
No.
And then Mimi and that
God,
come
I thought
4th.
They came second. Who came second, sorry?
Boys.
The boys.
Boys.
Okay.
And then was it Kylie and Brad?
You'd be rattled.
Wow.
All right.
Kylie and Brad did not clap with the scores then, and I hate bad sportsmanship. You've got to be a good winner and you've got to be a good loser. You just do.
It's disappointing
Yeah.
on them.
And to be honest, they weren't good winners when they won Kitchen
Oh,
last
she's
week.
never. I'm sorry. She just never seems happy. I know we're only seeing a little bit, but she's not grateful if she wins. She's not grateful if she loses. She's just not very happy.
It's
I mean, look, we tried to be good people because I think we are good people. You guys are good people, but Jesse, you were a villain.
Yeah.
At the start of it, yeah.
Yeah, on
'Cause,
your
like,
season.
if you've ever worked on a construction site, right, with blokes, if you hear the way they talk to each other, you'd think they hate each other.
Yeah,
The
okay.
banter is so thick and fast. You're just ripping on each other all day. And then at the end of the day, say, love you, mate, see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Pat each other on the back and you go home, right? So I went into the block with that mentality.
Yeah.
Like, I was throwing barbs and jabbing at people and, like, having banter with, like, Keith and Dan.
People
And
did
I
not
thought
like
it was
that.
all good and funny. And there are a lot of funny parts, and there's obviously some times where we didn't get along.
Yeah.
But they don't show the funny parts.
there
They
were
didn't get
some.
shown. And so people thought that Keith and I like hated each
Yeah.
other. We got along like an absolute house on
Yeah, we
fire. I played golf with him. We've had beers with him. I've gone to events with him.
Yeah.
He loved me on the show. He goes, "You're an absolute smart Alec." He goes, "But you're the hardest worker I've ever seen." And he respects hard work.
Yeah.
And I think that he didn't mind me being cheeky because I was working hard. I wasn't a contestant who was talking shit to him or being a smartass and not doing the work.
Well, and also there's a difference between just being a smartass and cheeky and having a bit of fun banter
Yeah.
than it
being
is to being rude.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Like, we were so appreciative of the experience.
Yeah.
We won 2 weeks in a row. We won living room week, courtyard week, and then we were also about to win for the 3rd week. And the gnome got used against
Oh,
us.
that's the
Tess
worst.
Tess and you.
Imagine if Kylie and Brad had a win taken off them with a
Yeah.
Yeah,
night
like we
by
were
the
so
girls.
happy that they won because I'm
Like,
like, a
use
win's
it.
a win, but
You
I'm
need
like,
the money
mate,
more
yeah.
than us.
Yeah,
Like,
Sorry,
who
but
cares?
the girls deserved that. This was their first proper week.
Yeah.
I thought Courtney and Grant were a bit hard done by coming
Coming
last.
last.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
agree
that's
with
not
that.
a last.
No.
By the way, Keith did say to us, he's like, he had real biffo with
Yeah.
you, but he respected it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
big
I think
biffo.
it's getting the right balance. And I know that there's not always context
Yeah.
to situations, but these words are unfortunately coming out of the mouth.
But- and you can feel it.
Interesting for the show.
I
Great
don't
for the show.
want everyone's got to be different.
But we
We're not all
don't
the
want
same.
unkindness.
No,
we want
we
spread
want- everyone should
spread
clap.
kindness in
Yeah.
the world.
Even if you're not happy or don't agree, you should clap.
You should clap.
Yeah.
You don't have
Yeah.
to
Fake
go and
it.
give
Just
them a
fake
hug.
it.
Because
Yeah.
there was a week where we won
Yeah.
a room and
Christy and Brett
Christy
didn't
and
say
Brett,
anything.
yeah, just walked off, didn't say anything, and that just cut us deep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we
it does.
hated that, and that did not look good for them,
Yeah.
and it's doing no one any favours.
You got to clap. Win, lose, or
Oh,
draw.
God, yeah.
Well done to your
Just be a
competition.
good sport.
Be a good sport.
Now, Jesse, from a real estate perspective, who do you think is going to win?
Well, look, I'm not an actual judge on the show, so
No.
I don't have to judge them just on the houses.
Yeah.
I would love, and I think that Maddie and Charlotte are going to win because good things happen to good people.
Do you like their house though?
Yeah.
I do like their house. I like what they've done.
Yeah.
And you like the people.
I like the people.
Yeah.
I think it plays a big. I think, you know what? I think in today's era of the block,
I agree.
I think history has shown that if you're a good person on the show, if you're kind to people,
Yep.
then the universe works in mysterious ways
Takes
and
you
it
a long way.
rewards you.
Agree.
Well,
So I
believe
think that plays into it.
Adrian's going to buy him, and it will come down to who he likes the best.
Who he likes.
So,
So, right, interesting. So maybe the boys and the girls.
yeah.
Good
And he-
juju.
he gives-
Yeah,
he gives
the
good
boys.
money.
Yeah.
The boys are very happy. Like
Ricky
they,
and
they have a
Hayden,
great
great
attitude.
guys as well.
Great attitude.
How much are they selling them for?
Yeah. What do you reckon
Ooh.
reserves might be?
What I think reserves will be.
Like, based on the block, it'll be
Yeah, based on the block
exorbitant.
It's
down
never
there.
fun.
I don't know. I reckon they'll be like 2.2 or 2.3 million.
Yeah.
And then what do you reckon they'll
all?
sell for?
What I think they'll sell for.
If Adrian's got to
I'd
say,
say if Adrian's
3,
gonna
4,
say.
5, 6 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 mil.
Yeah.
I think 3 million could win the block. I think
Okay.
that'll be the winning bid.
Oh, look, last year,
3
the year
million?
before.
Yeah, $3 million will win
Oh,
the
that's
block.
not a whole lot of prize money
No,
in
it's
that one.
not.
Interesting, you've heard it here.
Oh, not
first.
everyone
yeah.
wins $1 million.
Yeah, I was going to 800 grand. If
800
they're 2.2.
grand.
That's exceptional.
Christ.
That is exceptional.
After
Sorry.
last
Wow.
year.
Getting a bit carried away.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, imagine what she thinks
I'm
of
so
us. Only at
grateful.
380.
Oh,
It's just like,
Povo, 380
Povo.
grand. I'm kidding. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
before you got here, we were like, oh, the Povos are coming.
Yeah. Well done, guys. We'll
All right,
we'll show
let's
you
go.
out.
Oh,
Thank you so much for
Thank
having
you
us.
guys so much.
I'll leave that
You
there.
gotta sell us. You gotta sell us a house now, Jesse.
Yeah, let's go look at those houses. I'll sell you one.
Yeah, I love it.